some of the really well-known gospel singers of today. And when you hear their testimonies, you find out that their grandparents or their great-grandparents was pastors or evangelists, and nobody ever knew anything about them. And it was something that was passed down to them. Their grandfather, their grandmother was used in a mighty way back in the 50s. Their parents, God used them in the 70s. And now here they are, 30-something years old. They're world famous, and they sing to more people than their grandparents ever saw in their lifetime. And so we'll be aspiring for, yeah, God bless me like that. Allah says, no, there's a process that's going to get you there. And one of the things that you have to deal with is you may be generation one. Why is Pastor Chris saying that? So we can understand what it means to have an expectation and a hope in God. You may be generation one. You may be the foundation builder. The things that are in your and my heart to do. And I'm saying that also because that's where Carol and I are living right now. There are things that were in me and Carol's heart to do. We see. We're not going to do it. Our grandchildren will. God called me and Carol out from amongst our family in St. Louis, brought us here to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and had us just to lay foundation for our sons. Now they're going forth, getting married. Not when we're expecting grandchildren. And whereas was in my heart was, I wanted to do comic books, Christian comic books, and cartoons. It's always been in my heart to do comic books and cartoons because I grew up looking at superheroes on Saturday mornings, back before cable TV and all that. And they crowded it all in on Saturdays on 3 networks. I'm really talking old now, aren't I? And we didn't have, I like Marvel Comics, I like DC Comics and all that, but we didn't have anything that could teach the principles of the Bible using superheroes. Yeah. So I wanted to do comic books and I wanted to do cartoons. Well, here I am today. We're in our 50s. I'm not going to do that. And I'm not sad about it. Why? I have one son that's graduated from college. He has a degree in business. Understands all the marketing and the distribution, all that stuff that it takes place. His twin brother in 6 months will be graduating with his degree in animation. Here's the funny thing. We never told our kids the dreams that were in our heart. God put it in them. It was already in them. I remember coming through the house one day and I saw something that Johnny had drawn, and I said, "You traced that." Y'all know how you put the paper on top of the thing. Carol had to correct me. She said, "Chris, no, he did that. He drew that." I was stunned. He must have been, what, maybe 9, 10 years old? Just, oh my God. Like, my son can really draw. Our son who just got married is an incredible writer. Just an incredible writer. Poetry, stories, just in them. After we found out what they already got in them, then we told them. Yeah, we like to draw, and Here's what's fantastic. You guys don't know this about Mother Mary, incredible artist. Now she's looking at her grandchildren, carrying the same thing that God put in her. So you may be like her, just lay the foundation. She laid the foundation in her daughter. Incredible artist. writer. We were generation 2. Now here's generation 3. They'll be the one to get the company started. There's no telling what God will do should the Lord tarry with our grandchildren. Why am I saying this? Because when the Lord says, I know the thoughts that I think toward you, thoughts of peace, not of evil, to give you a future and a hope, understand that all of that future may not be manifested in our lifetime, but it will be manifested. When Abraham died, he didn't see so many people that he couldn't count them. Like God has shown him, look at the stars. Your descendants will be like that. Look at the sand. Yes, like when Abraham died, that's not what he saw physically. But he died with full expectation that what God said he's going to do. And he passed it on to his sons. Isaac kept it going. Jacob kept it going. Joseph kept it going. By the time they had multiplied and was almost uncountable, they estimate anywhere from 1.5 million to 2 million people left Egypt, being led by Moses back into that land that God had promised Jacob when he was laying on the ground. And God spoke to him, said, this land that you're lying on, I'm going to give it to you. Even when Jacob died, he didn't see that promise. But God had given a promise. Why am I saying this? So that even if we don't see things in our lifetime, in our generation, all of what God put in our heart, let's not get discouraged. I'm talking about hope renewed today. I don't know who needed to hear this. You may have been some things saying, God, this is not going to come to pass. It seems like your word is not coming true. I didn't expect this message to go like this today. But it seems like it's not coming true. But I'm here to tell you, we've got to take on the multi-generational mindset that even if I don't see it in my lifetime, God, I'm going to do all I can to pass on the baton to those who will.